Sony, Hook, my rich uncle left me $250,000 when he died. The problem? The rest of my family thought that money belonged to them. And when they found out what was in his will, everything exploded. Pause. I'm 23 years old, and for most of my life, my family treated me like I didn't matter. Not in an obvious way. Nothing dramatic. I was just invisible. My cousins got expensive gifts. I got gift cards. My cousins got family vacations. I stayed home. Whenever there was a family gathering, nobody really cared what I was doing, except for one person. My Uncle Robert. He was different. Hook, and looking back now, I think he saw something that nobody else did. Pause. My uncle was the wealthiest person in the family. He owned multiple businesses, a huge house, luxury cars. The kind of guy who could buy almost anything he wanted. But despite all that money, he was surprisingly humble. While everyone else was trying to impress him, I just treated him normally. We talked about sports, movies, business, life, nothing special, or at least that's what I thought. Over the years, we became close, much closer than anyone realized. Sometimes we'd sit for hours just talking. Meanwhile, my cousins only called him when they wanted something: money, connections, favors, and honestly, he noticed. Pause. About a year before he died, he invited me to lunch. Just the two of us. At one point he looked at me and said, "Never let other people decide your value." At the time, I thought it was random advice. Now realize it was end single quotes. It was a warning. Emotional peak. 6 months later, he passed away. The entire family was devastated. At least that's what they claimed. But something felt strange, because almost immediately, people started talking about his money, his house, his businesses, his investments. Not his life, not his memories, his money. Hook. Then came the reading of the will, and that's where everything changed. Pause. The whole family showed up. My aunt, my cousins, relatives I hadn't seen in years. Everyone was there. Everyone looked nervous. Everyone expected something. The lawyer began reading. Different relatives received different amounts. Some got jewelry. Some got property. Some got investments. Then the lawyer stopped, looked directly at me, and read a section that nobody expected. My uncle had left me to 5000. The room went completely silent. Short clip number 1. And here not one person moved. Not one person spoke. I honestly thought I misheard him. Then I looked around, and everyone was staring at me. My aunt looked furious. One cousin actually laughed because he thought it was a joke. But it wasn't. The lawyer continued reading. My uncle had attached a personal letter, written by him. The lawyer asked if I wanted it read aloud. I said yes. Big mistake. Because that's when the chaos started. The letter said, "To the only person in this family who treated me like a human being instead of a bank account." The room instantly changed. You could feel it. People were angry, embarrassed, offended. The lawyer continued, "You never asked me for money. You never expected anything from me. That's why I trust you with this gift." At that point, my aunt interrupted. She stood up and started yelling. Right there. In the lawyer's office, she said I manipulated him. She said I turned him against the family. She said the money should belong to his children, not me. Hook. And that was only the beginning. Pause. For the next few days, my phone exploded. Calls, texts, voicemails. People I hadn't spoken to in years suddenly wanted to talk. One cousin said I should split the money. Another said I should do the right thing. My aunt demanded a family meeting. So I went. Honestly, I wish I hadn't. Short clip number 2. And here, the second I walked in, it felt like an intervention. Everyone was there, waiting. My aunt started talking first. She explained how the money should stay in the family. Sony. Then she explained exactly how much everyone deserved. Funny enough, I somehow deserved nothing. Apparently my role was just giving the money away. Then one of my cousins actually said, "Come on, you didn't earn it." That statement made me laugh. Because none of us earned it. It was an inheritance. Nobody earned it. The room got quiet. Then my aunt made a mistake. She said, "Robert would have wanted us to have it." That's when I reached into my bag and pulled out the letter, short clip number 3, and here I placed it on the table. Then I read the final paragraph. The part the lawyer never finished. My uncle had written, "If anyone pressures you for this money, remember that I made this decision with a clear mind. Do not let guilt change it." The room instantly went silent. Nobody knew what to say, because suddenly, the person they were arguing with wasn't me. It was him, and he wasn't there to defend himself. Emotional peak for the first time. I realized something. This was never about family. It was about money. If my uncle had left me nothing, nobody would have cared. Nobody would have called. Nobody would have invited me anywhere. The inheritance didn't change who they were. It revealed who they already were. After that meeting, I stopped answering their calls. I invested most of the money, paid off my debts, used part of it to start a business, and honestly, my life changed. But not because of the money, because I finally stopped trying to earn approval from people who never valued me in the first place. And every time I think about my uncle, I remember that one sentence: never let other people decide your value. Turns out, that was the most valuable thing he ever gave me.